Our story starts with the Chinese because they were the first large group of Asians to arrive and engage American society. People once robustly present, yet whose stories are absent. What did they feel about America? We do not know. But looking at this California laborer, we wonder why he carries American politicians on his chest when he himself was denied the right to vote. And looking at his hair, we wonder why he kept his Chinese braid growing ever longer, while American cowlicks cover over his once smooth-shaven head. Most of all, we wonder, what could he tell us if he spoke?
My name is Wang. My name is Li, Chang, Chu. I am part of the Americas because I have been voyaging there for centuries. Mexico, Cuba, Peru, North America. I am voyaging still. Then, as now, we Asians, journeying from different homelands, found ourselves sailors on the same ships, workers on the same land, settlers who made a home in the same places of the New World. Our story is told crossing centuries of time and many borders. I am on this voyage with you, seeking America's past and her present.
The word coolie is an Indian word. No, others say, it is a Chinese word. They both claim the word because it names the experience they had in common.
Listen, O Indian, listen to the story of us immigrants. When we left the ports of Calcutta and Bombay, brother left sister, mother left daughter. Painful is our story, choking is our voice. When brother sold brother, all shame was gone.
मर जा भर्ती वारो मेरी सुनी कर दी से जरिया. Death to you, recruiter. You have made my marriage bed empty.
Not just Asian Indian men were coolies. Their women, too, were also sent as coolies on the same ships to work in the plantations of the colonies. Today, in Cuba and Peru, we can still see coolies in the faces of their descendants and villagers who followed in their footsteps.
I mean, 50% Chinese, 50% Cuban.
Mi papá chino, mi mamá cubana.
Tu papá es chino. ¿Y tu mamá?
Cubana.
there is a very broad pattern developing that encompasses the whole world.
Chinese coolies were transported in a system called by the British historian Hugh Tinker a new system of slavery, because indeed these were in exchange for the former African slaves. They were replacements of these African slaves. The Chinese called it the buying and selling of pigs.
Now Hoakau, our countryman, has his queue cut off in jail. So he sues the San Francisco Sheriff Newman for $10,000. Hoakau, he does not lie down.
The case went before the Federal Circuit Court in San Francisco. It was heard by two very famous judges. One was Stephen Field, who was a justice at the Supreme Court. In the opinion, Field said that the ordinance was null and void, that it violated the Civil Rights Act of 1870, and secondly, it violated the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment, that it was an attempt to impose a more severe penalty on Chinese than was imposed on others. Well, here was Field saying for the first time that the Chinese were protected by the 14th Amendment to the Constitution.
Our victory with Hoakau says that everybody, not just citizens, should be protected. Not just us Chinese, but everybody who is in America or foreigners who come to America should be protected. We did not know we would achieve something so big. Only that what happened to us was not fair, and we would fight it. But when we get justice for ourselves, we get it for everybody.
People always say, well, the Chinese always cling to their cultures. They never assimilated. They never really learned, about America. From the early 1850s, they started making use of the American judicial system when such a system did not exist in China.
In fact, I would say it's hard to think of a single discriminatory law, a law perceived by the Chinese as discriminatory, that they did not challenge in court.
After all, did our enemies think we'd do nothing? That we would look in our mirror and agree with their poor opinion of us? That we would admire them, want to be like them, instead of who we are?
You see, it is the people who are denied these rights that Americans are supposed to have, who fought hardest for them.
We waited to hear what the judge would say, and then we set off all the firecrackers. Very happy, very proud.